What's up, you guys, and welcome to episode 25 of the Align and Grind podcast. Today's episode is all about time management. And no, it's not going to be boring. It's about how to be more efficient and productive with the time you have to fulfill your dreams. And this episode was actually requested by my listener and friend and my hair queen. She does my hair, Lacey. And this topic honestly never goes out of style. So I'm super excited to talk about it. By the end of today's chat, I hope you all have some new ideas on how to master your routines and productivity. And I also hope you feel inspired to implement some of these strategies so that you can move closer to your dreams and feel proud of your progress, because progress equals happiness. I know this topic is needed because personally, I'm constantly tweaking my routines and using the trial and error approach because there's no one size fits all, and my goals are always evolving and changing. So I have to be willing to be flexible and recognize where changes need to be made. I used to procrastinate on writing my goals because I didn't have them perfectly figured out and I thought that they couldn't change. And over time, I've realized that that's just not sustainable. You know, you might write your goals for 2022 and halfway through the year, you're like, that's not really a priority anymore. And that's totally okay. Some routines just no longer serve us, and sometimes our goals change. So just know that it's okay to add and remove as needed based on whatever season of life you are in. All right, let's dive into my rant on routines and my top tips and strategies that have really helped me improve my time management. I am by no means perfect, but I'm on the quest to my perfect routine, and I totally nerd out on this topic. Sorry, y'all, the breathing is still acting up just a little bit. Oh, quick side note, I also ordered a sound blocker thing to make my sound a little bit better. It said it got delivered, but it's not at my house, and so I ordered a new one. It should be in next week. Anyways, all right, number one, the very first step before everything else is to master your morning and night routines. If these two pillars of your day are rock solid, you guys, your schedule will run so much more smoothly. Not perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect, but it will run so much more smoothly. So for the morning, let me kind of dive into my morning routine a little bit for you all. Choose your wake up time and stick to it. I'm talking to myself here. And be as non-negotiable as you can with that time that you wake up every single day. So some things that I do is I set my phone outside of my room so that I have to physically get out of bed to turn my alarm off. I name my alarm something super inspiring for the week, and sometimes I use an inspiring sound. You can actually download sounds on Apple, and people will talk to you like, don't procrastinate and stuff like that. So you can make your alarm whatever is going to get you out of bed. Just do whatever you got to do. Stick to that wake up time and be non-negotiable. Next, I immediately go make my coffee, no talkie, and I sit down at my kitchen table and I read my Bible and any other devotional or book I'm reading that day. So I immediately take charge of my mind. I don't scroll social media, I don't look at my phone, nothing. I immediately fill my mind with the Word of God and a book or a devotional that's currently helping me and my mind and making me stronger. Then I look at my vision board, and this is so huge because you guys always hear me talk about this, but without vision, the people shall perish, right? It's biblical, it's true. It might seem silly to sit there and cut photos and glue them on a vision board, but I'm telling you right now, waking up to your vision every day just lights you on fire on a whole new level. And in the beginning, if you don't have time to make a full-on vision board, you can even make a little collage and make it your phone background, something, but you need something to look at. Because we are not our current circumstances, we are where we are going. So you always need to have your mind on the future. Then I do a quick journaling session every morning for gratitude and to set my intentions for the day. And I either read my affirmations in the morning, my I am statements. I am strong, I am confident, I am able, I am loved. So I either read those in the morning if I have time, or I play them in my car. I actually have a podcast on creating your own affirmations and recording them so that you can say them along to yourself in your car. But you guys, I swear by them, because your life becomes what you say and believe. And so if you are speaking those I am affirmations over yourself every single day, you will start to believe them, I promise. The next thing I do is I get ready for my workout for the day. And remember, the more prepared you are, the easier your morning will be. So maybe you need to lay out your gym clothes, or lay out your water bottle and your headphones. I know some mornings I'm like, oh my gosh, my headphones are dead, my Apple Watch is dead, where's my water bottle? And that just makes the day so much more difficult. So just try to be as prepared as you can for that early workout so that you can create less resistance in your day. And then I get my movement in for the day. So I now have, which has been kind of hard, not gonna lie, I have a set gym window time block. So if I don't make it to the gym between 7:45 and 9:45, I don't get to go, right? Unless I just have a super slow day, which is really rare. But I have a set gym window time block, and if I oversleep or anything like that, my workout has to be cut short, or I have to fit it in later. But I really try to wake up on time to not throw off my routine or cut into my gym time, because that's really precious time to me. And also, shameless app plug here. Y'all know I'm a fitness coach, and if you're one of my clients, you have the Alyssa Davenport Fitness app. It makes it super easy to just show up, crush a workout, and not even have to think about it. So that is how I get through my workouts. But yeah, sticking to that 2-hour gym window, you guys, however much time you have. For me, it's 2 hours because I film for my app and I'm a coach, and I have allocated a little bit more time to do that. But for some of us, that's 30 minutes. It's an hour. It doesn't matter. Just be non-negotiable and stick to it. That way you don't develop a negative relationship with the gym or feel like the gym throws you off, when in reality, you just need to get there earlier and get it done. All right, number 4. My phone stays on airplane mode during these hours. I do not check emails. I do not check texts. I don't check social media until after my workout, or I will check it while I'm bored with cardio if I have cardio that day. But I keep my phone away until I'm done with my workout, and that's just to protect my energy and my space. So I really want you all to protect your energy in the morning so that you can show up fueled and energized for the rest of your day. If you wake up and you immediately start responding to others, you just start draining your energy right off the bat instead of filling your cup and then being able to give more to others later throughout the day. All right, that's my morning routine in a nutshell. Obviously, that's the dulled down version. I do have another podcast on my routines, but now for the nighttime. For my nighttime routine, I have shared these before, but I still adopt my 6 night pillars for success: beauty, body, mind, health, preparation, and Zach, my relationship. So beauty is just my beauty routines, flossing my teeth, putting on night cream, things like that. Body is I get some kind of quick stretch in or foam rolling. Doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes, I get it done. Mind is I do a quick read or a quick journal, even if it's 3 things that went well that day. It doesn't matter, just something to kind of get my mind right to wake up in a better mindset the next day. Health is I make sure I take all my supplements and my greens, things that make me feel good. Preparation means that I have all my clothes laid out. I'm ready for the next day. I walk through the next day in my head and think, okay, what do I need to do tonight to be ready for tomorrow? And Zach, I cuddle, I kiss him, I tell him I love him, and I make sure I go to bed on time. Those are my 6 night pillars. Night is where it is really easy to slip up for me, and maybe for you too, because we are tired from the day. But what you have to remember is how good you feel the next morning when you are set up for success. So I know for me, sometimes if I have anxiety in the morning, it's generally because I didn't get set up for all I needed to do the night before. All right, so now that you have your morning and your night routine pillars, the next step to mastering your routine once you have your morning and nights to keep yourself aligned is to choose the things that are the most important to you and configure your schedule around those things. So for me, and this might be different for you, but my main categories in my life are God, family and friends with boundaries, right? Self-care time for beauty, cleaning the house, or other personal to-dos. Business that immediately makes me money, which if you juggle multiple businesses, this is where time blocking really comes into play, and I will go more into detail for that later. Health and fitness, and then my passions or my side hustles or my hobbies, such as this podcast and my YouTube channel. These things are not paying me yet, but they are important to my dreams and purpose, so I make time for them. So again, that was God, family and friends, and my relationships, self-care, business, health and fitness, and my side hustles and my passions. So those are my 6 categories right now in this season. Again, they can always change. So to pigtail off of that, if you want to get crystal clear on your categories, I recommend creating a vision board first, then literally structure your day around tasks that are going to lead you to those desires. So it's kind of hard to write down your top categories or your goals when you really don't even know where you want your life to go or your vision. So when I wake up every day, I see luxury real estate on the beach. I see women's empowerment events. I see a massive fitness community and 1 million YouTube subscribers and podcast subscribers on my vision board. So I know what I need to focus on that day, and it helps me stay centered and clear, and most importantly, it helps me stay excited, which I don't naturally wake up every single day like in a super excited mood. So I have to like get my mind to that place. All right, once you have your categories and your priorities down, the next step is to figure out how to fit them all in and still have time for yourself. So to make this simple, to have that time for yourself to do what you need to do, choose one day of rest if you can. So for me, this is a new thing for me. My rest day is now Sunday. I completely unplug. I have a day for myself and my family, for church, for cleaning, for meal prep, and all the things. But for you, this could be Monday or whatever day works for you. But if you can swing it, give yourself one day. Like delete your social media, put your phone on airplane mode if you can, and just have a you day where you can reset and realign. Once you have selected your day of rest, you now have 6 days, y'all, to master your schedule. So you'll want to grab a piece of paper and make a little weekly agenda to schedule your priorities down. So write down all your priorities and then figure out how you're going to schedule them all in. So for example, for my business category, Zach and I have a real estate business. Then I have my fitness coaching business. Then I produce content. So I have two options for me. I don't know about you, but I can either wear multiple hats per day and time block them out. For example, I can work real estate from 1 to 3, fitness from 3 to 5, and so on as best I can. Or I can section them off into days where I really focus on content one day, real estate the other, and fitness the next. I personally am not able to only do it by the day. I have to keep every blade sharp every single day. But again, this is about works for you. So I am involved in all of my businesses every single day, and I stick to time blocking as best I can. And then I batch record all of my content on Fridays as best I can. Again, keyword, as best I can. And whenever you time block for different areas of your life, don't try to switch back and forth. Like if 1 to 3 is real estate, 1 to 3 is real estate. If 3 to 5 is fitness, 3 to 5 is fitness. Try not to get sidetracked if you can. It really is about playing around what works for you and just sticking to it consistently, even if you're not perfect. For my social life, it's basically one weekend night or a special occasion. Obviously, if there's a special occasion, I go. But like if I avoid making dinner plans if they start after 6 because it throws off my routine. I don't wake up early the next day. I don't get my night prepared for a good day the next day. I will if I have to, obviously, but if I have a choice, I like to stay in my groove during the week because saying yes to one thing means saying no to another. So if I agreed to go to happy hour last night, I may not be here recording this podcast today. Just saying. And for date night, we usually choose one weekend and night that can fit our, that can usually fit in our social time too. We usually invite friends or we see them after we have dinner with ourselves. Zach and I are non-negotiable about one legitimate date night together per week, no matter what. And if you're single, date yourself or go hang out with your mom or someone. Just be non-negotiable about that one legitimate connection a week with someone you love. All of us, especially women, sometimes feel like we have to be everywhere for everyone all the time, but can I ask you something? Does overextending yourself make you happy or does it leave you unfulfilled and empty? You have an assignment and a purpose for your life, and it is time to say yes to you, to your dreams, to creating, not having, but creating the time to make it happen. So coming on here to do this podcast and taking the time to write and create the content, which is a whole nother monster in itself, is literally on my calendar every Thursday and Friday because I put it there. Not because I magically have a ton of free time, right? So if someone wants to hang out or have lunch during this precious time that I have scheduled in every week, it sucks, but I have to say no. And let me tell you some truth. Your friends who truly truly love and support, you will understand we are all living our own lives, and you need friends and people in your circle who understand the effort that it takes to truly make something of your life, right? Nobody will be upset or shame you for saying no when you've quote unquote made it. So just stay strong and just stay focused on where you're going. All right, this is something new, but I've been implementing this strategy called the anti-routine. And it's a new concept for me, but I did hear about it from a guy that I've been following named Alex. I can't think of his last name, but he's an entrepreneur. He's a billionaire. So I've been listening to him. And it's called the anti-routine. So let me try to explain it to you. Oftentimes we tie success to doing more, when really sometimes it's about doing less. So for example, the most high level people, they don't have something you lack, they lack something you have. They don't have something you lack, they lack something you have. Now what I mean by that is they don't have some crazy magical talent or skill, they just lack spending more time on Netflix or social events or whatever. So they actually just have less in their schedule and on their plate than you. So sometimes we ask the wrong questions, and I've been doing this for a long time. Like, we ask somebody, what's your routine? And we have this belief that successful people are doing something that we are not doing that make them successful, but in reality it's what they're not doing or what they're saying no to that is getting them to the next level. So I know that this isn't really a sexy concept, but in seasons of building, that is just the truth sometimes. There are different opinions on whether or not you can focus on more than one thing efficiently, and I believe you can if you time block properly, right, and get rid of distractions. But I also believe that we need to keep the main things, like what's really going to move the needle. And like I mentioned earlier, I don't really recommend multitasking. I don't really like that term, because this means you are actually switching tasks in a given moment, which switches your focus and moves you away from excellence. So this is where time blocking and dedicating true time windows to one task is so important. So let me ask y'all, what actions are really going to move the needle in your life to get you to where you want to be? What can you remove to free up some time for yourself? What can you take out of your current routine? The bottom line is successful people say no more. So you have to say no to everything that doesn't support your goals in certain seasons. And this doesn't mean forever, and it doesn't make you rude. I'm not saying you should never go out of your way to be there for anyone, because you should be there for others. But when you say yes to that coffee date when you're supposed to be time blocking to work out or write your book, you're taking away from what you need to do to meet your destiny. And it's time to start staying focused on what God is calling you to do. Talking to myself here, as always, and y'all. As many of you know, I'm a fitness competitor, but right now I'm not in a season of competing, so that is not the main thing for me right now. So the 2-hour gym sessions and spending a ton of attention on my body and food is not of the utmost importance to me right now. I'm now spending less time in the gym, still going, of course, still a coach, but I'm being more flexible with my diet and my training to free up that mental and physical energy for things that are important to me. So remember that seasons are normal. And let me ask you, what is important to you right now? Is it to lose 20 pounds? Is it to go back to school? Is it to write a book, clean your house? It's time to get clear. For a lot of us, myself included, part of our routine is watching Netflix or scrolling social media, or maybe it's focusing too much on a hobby than on one true income producing activity, or multiple, also known as IPAs, income producing activities. And maybe we see our friends too much and we need to set some boundaries. I don't know what that is for you, but I do know we all have the same 24 hours in a day, and we have to utilize them wisely. And to all of you mamas out there listening, all my moms who have kiddos to tend to as well, bless you. You are freaking killing it, and I'm gonna need advice when that time is here for me. I'm gonna tell you guys a shocking fact real quick that scared me. The average time spent on social media is 144 minutes per day. That's over 2 hours per day, which is 3 days per month. If you multiply that by 12, that's 36 days a year that you will never get back. Now you see why quote unquote successful people had time to write those books, right? They had boundaries. So I love social media. Just set time limits and set some boundaries. Cut your time on it in half. I love this quote. Addiction to distraction will be the death of your creativity. Focus is more valuable than talent. Addiction to distraction will be the death of your creativity. That's scary. Focus is more valuable than talent. So it doesn't matter how talented you are. If you're not focused or consistent, it doesn't matter. All right, guys, about to wrap up, but a few tips I have for you for time management is to map out your week every Sunday in advance so that you start the week with intention. Every morning when you journal, write down your top 3 to 5 needle movers and do the hard things first. Eat the frog. Eat the frog. List things in order of their priority. Get comfortable saying no, especially in seasons where you're truly serious about getting your life to the next level and creating a legacy for your family. It is not selfish. It's for your future children and generations to come. Remember that. And next is to create a cute little Canva template, make it cute, and find ways to keep your schedule and calendar in front of you visually so that you don't compromise, because it's so easy to compromise. So once you get it out on paper, you will feel 10 pounds lighter. And don't stress, because remember, you can change things as often as needed. And I will actually put my templates on social media for you guys. My handle is at Alyssa Davenport with 2 T's. And I will put those templates on there for y'all. I forgot to print them off to show you today on the YouTube. I'm also posting these on YouTube now, so I'm filming myself also. And here are my final comments about this rant. You have the same 24 hours in a day as Beyonce. We all have 1,440 minutes in a day. And if you have a dream that has been given to you, but you're running around tired, stressed out, not making time for yourself, you will go to the grave with that dream still inside of you. And that is so scary and sad. I don't want my tombstone when I'm dead to read, Alyssa Lene Davenport, busy, but not productive. And that really gets me. And Lou Holtz actually has a quote that says, when all is said and done, more is said than done. When all is said and done, more is said than done. Ouch. Let's not let that be us, right? Let's do more than we say we'll do. And I hope this was the kick in the ass you all needed today. It sure was for me. I'm so excited to talk to you all next week. And happy Wednesday, guys. Bye.